Okay, good afternoon, everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. Um so we will continue with our discussion that we have finished at the last lab. In our last discussion, I have already told you that how we can design a function in C programming. What are the various structural elements that you require while you are going to design a function in a C programming. So today I want to show you that what are the various kinds of function based on its designing criteria. What are the various kinds of functions are there, and how we can implement those various kinds of functions, or how we can differentiate those various kinds of function from each other with the help of some demo programming. Okay. So in last lab, if you remember that I already told you that there are four kinds of functions. We can differentiate a function type, or we can classify a function into four types based on the design perspective of function. That means how we can structure a function, what are the elements we will require to structure a function. Based on that, we can differentiate the four types of functions. Okay. Among these four types, one of the type I have already discussed in the last class, that is without with arguments and without return type. Without return types but with arguments. Okay. And there are rest of the three types that I am going to discuss today, right? So I think the screen is visible to everyone. So just let me give you a broad revise that we have already covered in the last class. That I have told that the elements of user-defined functions are generally divided into four types: function prototype, function call, function arguments and parameters, and then function definitions. Okay, we can broadly classify it into three types, majorly three types. The third type, that function arguments and parameters, is actually the embedded part of the function. So in my suggestion, we should not divide it, or should not put it as this thing as a structural elements or the basic elements of any user defined function. Okay, so majorly the basic elements are divided into three types: function prototype, function call, and function definitions, right? I think this conception has been already clear to you, right? Because I have already shown a couple of demo codes to you in the last class to discuss the differences between them. Okay, so based on this uh, function categories of functions, we can divide the function, or we can categorize the function into four types based on the two things. One is arguments, another one is return type. So there are four kinds of functions are available. The first one is function with no argument and no return type. The second one is function with arguments and but no return type. Third one is function with no arguments and return type. And the fourth one is function with arguments and return type. So it is just like that Boolean logic which I already told you in the last class, that is 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So first one is 0 0, second one is 1 0, okay, third one is 0 1, and fourth one is 1 1. Okay, so yes, so these are the four categories, okay, of a functions. Among these four categories, I already discussed with you these things: function with arguments but no return type. This second type of function I have already discussed. Let me show you today the other three kinds of functions where the arguments and return types are placed by making a biasness with each other. Okay, so before I'm going to show you the difference between arguments and return type, I already discussed about the arguments. What is argument? What is parameter? I think you have already know it, right? I already discussed about it. How we can pass arguments in terms of variables, or how we can pass arguments in terms of values. That I have already discussed in my last program. Okay, in my last class, right? So argument list or parameter list, this concept is clear to you, right? Now today I want to discuss one more thing that is related with its return type. That is related with its return type. That means a function, every function may have a return type, may have a return type. Okay, so what is return type, or what is return statement? It is the last statement of the function that returns certain values. It's very important. It is the last statement of a function that returns certain values. Okay, so it may return integer values, or it may return float values, or it may return character values, or it may return double values, long values, any kind of values a function may return. Okay, I'm always using this term may. Okay, so return type is not mandatory for a function. It is totally choice of the developer or the user or the programmer that whether he or she will use any return type or not. Okay, it is totally his or her choice, right? So return type is nothing but a last statement of any function that returns some certain values, right? So a function which does not return any value, that function will be symbolized as void, void. So I have already shown you the use of void functions, okay, and you have already practiced the use of return type function as well, because during the main function declaration I have told you that you will have to use int main, and you will have to use as a last statement is return 0. Okay, so that you have already used int main and return 0. In this way we have already deal with several programs, int main and return 0. So this is a function, main is the main function of your program, and it returns an integer value is 0. Okay, so that's why we have used a return type before of these functions. Okay, so this def C++ is actually by default takes the main function in such a way, in such a form. Okay, but it is not mandatory. You can also declare main function as void main without giving any return test statement as a last statement of that function if you are using void main, because void means no return type or no return value. Okay, but def C++ doesn't support. You can say it's a disadvantage of def C++. It doesn't support that form of main function. But in your exam paper or in any other kind of software, you can use either void main or int main along with the return 0. Okay,
Yes,
it's an optional choice. Yes, Turbo C void main supports. Okay, so it depends. The whatever compiler you're using, the characteristic of the compiler will support which kind of void main function, which kind of main function. That actually depends. Okay, so that is not a big thing to worry. But one thing that you should remember, that if we use this return type, what should be its value? So this return type value can be any integer value. That things you have to first make it clear. These return type values can be any integer value. Why integer value? Because we have received the return type in front of the main method with the help of this integer data type, right? So it may be return 0, okay, it may be return 1, it may be return 2, it may be return 5, it may be return any values, even 100 as well. This function will successfully run. Okay, this function is successfully run, right? So there is no question of return type. Okay, so here so this is actually a return type, right? So I think the return type concept is clear to you. Now the thing is that in case of sub function, the return type concept is little bit different while you're using sub functions. Okay, that means sub user defined functions in your program. So this is the basic concept when you're using a integer function, only one main function in your program, the concept is different. While you're using sub function, the concept is little bit different along with the return type. So let me tell you that when you are using sub function, okay, then we can do a return type like this. Suppose I want to implement a return type in this function. So this is a sub function. This is a sub function. I think the conception of sub function is very clear to you. In last class, I have already discussed in very detailed mode what is sub function, and with some real life example of that party and frames and all these things. Okay, so this is first sub function summation, which will perform the summation in between two variables x and y, right? So it will perform summation. Very good. Now, instead of printing the summation result here, let me tell you clearly, listen very carefully. Instead of printing the summation value here or summation result here, we will simply return the s. What is s? S is such a variable which will hold or which is holding the summation result. Are you agree with me? S is such kind of variable which actually holds summation results of these two variable x plus y, right? So which kind of value it holds? It holds integer kind of value.
The value, yes.
Integer kind of value, very simple, because summation of two integers always produce one integer, or summation of two floats always produce another float. So if instead of x and y are integers, if both x and y variables are float variables, then the summation variable will be also be a float variable. That is very simple to you. Now we are returning this s. Listen it very carefully, very carefully. Now I am returning this value s. Now where this value s will return? That is the question. While we are returning this value s, this summation sub function returns, or this summation sub function reaches to the main function along with this integer value s. What I have told, while I am using this return type s inside the sub function, this summation sub function again reaches to the main method. Okay, the control again reaches to the main method or return back to the main method along with this return value, along with this return type value. Obviously, here I am returning integer value. That's why we cannot use void here, because there should be a mismatch between these two, because I am returning integer here and I am using void here. The same logic is applying here. Same logic is applying in case of main method. So that's why I am changing the void return type with the integer return type. Very simple. I think it is clear to you. The matching is clear to you. Now let me tell you that the value that the summation sub function returns to the main method, the value should be received by some kind of variables. The value should be received in the main method by some kind of variables, or it can be directly print. How you can print the value directly? Very simple. Instead of printing here, I am printing the value here. I am printing the direct value here in such a way. A similar thing. Okay, I cannot print here. Why I cannot print here? Because I am not using this function as a void function. I am using this function as a return function. That means the function summation will return something. Something means some kind of integer value. And that value will be returned to where? That value will be returned to main function. The value will be returned to the main function. So there should be the printf statement, or the output statement is always placed along with this return type function, always placed at the main function in such a way. So we can do the same job for the subtraction function. Even this mixed type function is also allowed. Let me tell you, this mixing type function is also allowed. It doesn't mean that, sir, I am doing return type in summation function. Shall I need to do the return type for the void for the subtraction function? Is it mandatory? No, it is not mandatory. It's totally choice of the user, which function he or she wants to use to return type, or in which function he or she doesn't want to use any return type. It's totally the choice of the programmer or the developer. Okay, so let me run this code. Okay. One problem is there. Can anyone tell me what one change I didn't do in this program? What was the problem? Can anyone tell me why the error has been shown?
First line in করতে হবে যেখানে void sum আছে।
First line বলতে ওটা কি বলে? Prototype. Very good. So prototype declaration, the function prototype declaration, I didn't change it. So there is a mismatch. This is a function definition. This is a function prototype. Obviously mismatch. So it will give an error. Very simple. In last class, I already frequently told this thing. So there should be a matching along with the argument list as well as return type. Both should be matched with the function definition. Otherwise, always it will give error. So let's run it. Now it will not give error. It will give you the correct summation result and subtraction result. Okay, clear? Everyone clear? Anyone has any doubt? How the return type is working? Is it clear to everyone? Hello? Is it clear to everyone, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, one more thing that I need to tell you, that instead of directly printing this summation value which has been returned with this sub function, you can store this value into some variable as well. It's your choice. Suppose I am storing this value into a variable, suppose z, and which value I am storing? The value that your sub function summation is actually collecting from its return type. So here the call of the function is possible. Function call has been done in this statement, as well as the return value will be stored into a temporary variable, that is z. So here, instead of printing the function directly, I am printing the third variable or that temporary variable z. It is also possible, right? Why I am showing you the different formation of the function? You have to remember all these kind of formations, okay? Because in examination they can give any kind of code. They can mention that you have to use return type, or you may not use return type. They can mention explicitly, or they can give a code snippet and ask you to find out the output of that particular code snippet. Then this kind of playing along with the return type and the argument list can also be given into the examination or into the technical round of your on-campus interview. So you are able to crack these things if you understand how you can play with the argument list and return type. That you have to be understood clearly. So here I have shown that one sub-function has a return type, another sub-function does not have a return type. So mixing type is possible. Mixing type is allowed. Okay. And also we can change it as in this way, integer, and this sub-function is also return an integer. So return s, okay, and we are going to print the sub-function here. You can either you can also store the value into some temporary variable and then can print it, or you can directly print the sub function of x comma y. Both are possible. Okay. Again, need to change the prototype declaration. Okay. The function is running clearly. The function is running clearly, right? So among these four kinds, so it returns certain types of values to the place from where the function was invoked. So I already told, যেখান থেকে ফাংশনটাকে ইনভোক করা যায়, that means from which function you are calling your function, that function will actually receive the return type. Okay, so that logic I have told you here. I am calling the function from which function? From main method. This is the function call. This is also this addition function call. This is a subtraction function call. Okay, so I am calling these two functions, sum and sub, from the main method. That's why whatever value it will return from its sub function, that has been received by the main method itself, or that has been received within the main method itself. So if you remember, in the last class I have shown that I can call a function from another sub function like this. In last class I have shown it, if you remember. In last class I have shown it. I can directly pass these two values, 9, 4. Okay, so this is a sub function. It's calling another. So you are the main birthday party thrower. So you know your friend number 1, but you have no relationship with other friends. But your friend number 1 knows the other friends, or friend number 2. So that's why this is a responsibility of friend number 1 to call friend number 2 for the different kind of task to organize the birthday party. So that's why the friend number 1 is calling now the friend number 2. That is 9 and 4. So we can directly pass the values in such a way. This is a compile time argument passing. Okay, directly pass the values. Okay, instead of passing the variables, I am directly passing the values of the argument as an argument list of the subtraction function. It is also possible. So if we pass the values, so this return s is now part of which function? Is it a part of this function?
Part of some function.
Yes, I have make it a command line. So it is the function. A subtraction function call is not part of that function. So subtraction function call is now part of the friend one, that is summation function. So right now, whatever value this subtraction function will return, that will be received by which function? Main method or this method? That will be received by always summation method instead of main method, right? So here we can directly print the value of the subtraction. Okay, %d. Okay. Subtraction. So can we run it? Okay, This is a subtraction result 5 and this is a summation result 11. Okay. So 5 is there. 9 minus 4 means 5. Why summation result has come after subtraction result? You can understand because you have done the subtraction call before return S. So summation value has been returned after the subtraction call has been printed. So that's why subtraction result has come first and then summation result followed it. But one thing you should remember, you cannot use any other statement after return statement. Return statement is always the last statement that I already told you in this slide. It always be the last statement of the function that returns some certain values. Clear? Everyone clear? So these are the four. Yes, please.
Sir, what is the difference between void and int? Like int returns the value, and
Void means no return type. So you cannot left it blank. Leave it blank is not allowed in C programming. You have to give some kind of data type to represent that this function does not have any return value, and that data type is void. Void is actually, you can say, as a by default data type. But by default, compiler cannot assume it automatically. You have to provide it explicitly.
Okay, and if we wanted to use the main function void, then at the end of the code, what should we write? Like in int, we
No,
write
you can use main function void. In your examination, no one will cross your answer. No one will cross your answer. But here, this FC++ doesn't support this void main. That's why I cannot show you. I cannot use it.
I am asking like int main will last statement is return 0, but in void main, what is the last statement? I think it may be just
so look, void main does not return anything. The last statement should be null. This will be if you write a void main. If you write void main, it should be nothing. This is a void main function. There should no return statement present in your program. In your function, if you write a void in front of as a data type of that function.
Okay.
Understand? Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of suppose integer value, yes, please.
স্যার বলছে কি মেইন ফাংশন যেটা রিটার্ন করে সেটা কোন মেথড রিসিভ করে?
মেইন ফাংশন ইন দ্য মেইন মেথড সেটা কেউ রিসিভ করে, সেটা একদম ডিরেক্ট কম্পাইলার কম্পাইল করে। Compiler will compile only the statement that you have written within the main method. It doesn't understand anything outside the main method. Compiler main method বাইরে কোনোদিন কাজ করে না, and this is true for all programming languages, for C++, for Java, for .NET, for Python, for any kind of programming language. This is very, very true. Compiler only understand the statement that you have written inside the main method only. So that's why the connection along with the main method with the other function must be present inside the main method. That is necessary. এই জন্য কানেকশনটা দরকার।
আমি বলছি যে মেইন মেথডে যেটা আমরা রিটার্ন জিরোটা করছি, ওটা আমরা কোথায় রিটার্নটা করছি?
ওটা মেইন মেথড নিজেকেই করছে। ইট রিটার্ন ইটসেলফ। ওটা কাউকে করছি না। ইট রিটার্ন ইটসেলফ। আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড? ইট রিটার্ন ইটসেলফ। কারণ কম্পাইলার ডিরেক্ট look, main method is not a problem for you because compiler directly compile the statement of the main method. Compiler know main method very, very well, and compiler does not know any other method than the main method. Main method er বাইরে কোনো method কোই চেনে না। So বাকি method গুলোকে if you want to connect all the other sub methods or sub function along with the main function, then you will have to make a calling of the function from the main function. This is mandatory. তুমি যদি কল না করো তাহলে সাম করবে না, দেখে নাও খুব ভালো করে। If I will omit these two things, so I didn't call summation function because I have make it command line. Very clear to you. I didn't call the summation function. So obviously, if the summation function will not call, then the corresponding sub function will also not be called because sub function is a part of summation function. Okay. যদি আমি friend 1 কে নিমন্ত্রণ না করি, friend 2 অবশ্যই কল পাবে না, right? Because friend 2 is only known by friend 1. Okay. Look, nothing is there. No summation result you will get. No subtraction result you will get. Clear? Understood? Do you understand? Buddha Balle?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. One more thing I need to tell you. Suppose instead of float, instead of int, I am using a float values. you may use it because based on the requirement you have to use it. So 5.20, suppose these two are the float value whose subtraction and addition I require. So obviously, if I am using float here, so these two variable right now is a float variable x and y. Instead of int variable, these two are a float variable. So first I will have to change the return type float because it always return a float as a summation result. So here I will have to change all these return type from int to float. I think it is clear to you. Okay. So here return type, this should be also float. So what value this summation will return right now? The summation will return s variable, and s variable is which data type? S variable is float data type. So it will return the float value here. Okay. So correspondingly, I will also have to change the function prototype declaration. Otherwise, then it will give an error of mismatch of data types and return type as well. Right. So I have changed both the argument list as well as the return type. Okay. Yeah. It's a garbage value. Why it is giving garbage
Sir,
value?
because you take as integers.
পার্সেন্টেজ এফ
Subtraction.
করতে হবে, ওটা ডি আছে।
কোথায়
ওখানে
integer?
echo করতে হবে, হ্যাঁ।
Oh,
আসলে
sorry.
echo করতে হবে।
Yes. That should be. বুঝতে পারছো তো, সব কটাই কিন্তু তোমাকে চেঞ্জ করতে হবে, otherwise it will give error. Right now it is giving a correct result. Now some of you can ask me, sir, is it possible, can we do a mixing of it? That means we are passing the values in terms of float and receiving int. Is it possible? কেউ বলতে পারবে? Suppose I want to do this thing.
Yes, sir, possible.
একবার দেখিয়েছিলেন পসিবল করা যায়।
So type
Yes, sir,
casting
it is possible.
So these two are float type, very good. But whatever value it will return, the summation it will return, the sum value is integer type. I have made it integer. It doesn't return integer, but I have made it forcefully as integer. That you don't need to do. আমি just checking এর জন্য বলছি, তোমরা অবশ্যই এটা করবে না, because it is a totally illogical. Because whenever you are summing up two float variables, obviously it will return a float value. If you did a float or double value, you can maximum make it double, but you cannot make it long or integer or any other data type. Okay, it's totally illogical, right? So here, instead of float z, I am using int z because it will return an integer type, and that's why the value will be int z. And here I am printing d, and here the return type will be integer. Whether it is possible or not, let's check it out. Okay, it's possible, but what is the problem?
It's illogical.
Illogical, na? It's obviously illogical, and as from the
Not giving
output
the
of this,
exact value.
yes, it will actually round off the values that the value that you have received after the decimal point. So তুমি বলতে পারো স্যার 11.95.95 it will round it off. Oh, what a big deal. It is a big deal in several applications. Numerical methods যখন তোমরা করবে, the error term which may suppose 0.00009, that also play a major role there. So in those applications, in case of those applications, this kind of erroneous coding is a very big challenge to disrupt the entire application. Clear? Understood? So program will run. Syntactically program is correct, but logically it is incorrect. বুঝতে পারছো? So these are the various forms of programming, right? These are various forms of functions. A function is a very, very beautiful thing. If you are know to how to handle function in C, then you are very well to know about the C language. There is nothing to say to you. Okay, a very, very important job to know the conception about the functions. Okay, so I have already shown you two types of function. Last class I have shown you no return type with arguments. This one is with return type and with arguments. Both with return type and with arguments. দুটোই আছে, right? Now I am going to show you without return type and with arguments. এটা কি আমি আগের দিন দেখিয়েছিলাম? দেখাইনি তো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার দেখিয়েছিলাম প্রিন্টএফ করে
এটা দেখিয়েছিলাম তো
দেখিয়েছিলাম
তো তো আমি দেখাচ্ছি যে উইথ রিটার্ন টাইপ এন্ড উইদাউট আর্গুমেন্ট
Without
উইথ
arguments.
রিটার্ন টাইপ এন্ড উইদাউট আর্গুমেন্ট দ্যাট অলসো বি পসিবল কিরকম ভাবে পসিবল very simple here I am not using these things right instead of declaring the
মধ্যে করতে হবে
yes
সব ফাংশনের
instead of
মধ্যে করতে হবে।
declaring the variables and passing the variable instead of declaring the variable within the main method and passing the variable from the main method I am only calling the function without giving any variables right that means without giving any argument or without giving any parameter list okay so the function has only the name and blank parameters so here the function prototype needs to be changed I think it is clear to you it will look like this it has a return type but it doesn't have any argument list that I am going to show you here with return type without arguments okay so here obviously again we will remove these things we don't have any arguments so obviously there is nothing to catch here or nothing to receive here so here I have separately defined the x and y variable as a local variable of this sub function sum right and you can easily do this summation here okay and perform the return type the simple thing আচ্ছা কি যেটা ভুল করেছি ও প্রিন্টটা করিনি সরি উই ক্যান নট প্রিন্ট ইট হিয়ার ওয়াই না আমি তো রিটার্ন করেছি না আই হ্যাভ রিটার্ন ইট এজ সাম x প্লাস y হচ্ছে না কেন ওকে সাবট্রাকশনটা আপাতত একটু অফ রাখছি তো
সাবট্রাকশন তো হবেই না ইন্টিজার এক্স নেই তো
হ্যাঁ না আমি ডিরেক্ট ভ্যালু পাঠিয়েছি ঠিক আছে সাবট্রাকশন না হওয়ার কারণে সাবট্রাকশন হবে বিকজ আমি ভ্যালু পাঠিয়েছি
ও হ্যাঁ পাঠিয়েছেন
হ্যাঁ এখানে আমি ভ্যালু পাঠিয়েছি এটার সঙ্গে কোনো সম্পর্ক নেই ঠিক আছে আচ্ছা এটাকে আমি ক্রস করে দিই তোমাদের কনফিউশন তৈরি হচ্ছে এতগুলো বারবার কমেন্ট লাইন দিয়ে দেখাচ্ছি ওকে so why it is not running so I have defined x 6.5 y 5.20 as a local variable of this sub function sum then perform the addition and store it into another float variable s and then return the float variable s so I have given return type successfully here so here oh I have received with integer z that is wrong na I should have to receive it with float na
yes sir
again type mismatch okay so that's why it gives 0 right now it will give a correct okay clear everyone clear this is a function without arguments but with return type is present but argument is not present clear anyone has any doubt regarding this again mixing quality of function is also possible etao kintu cholbe this will also run okay check it out clear this will also run so mixing type of function is possible I am telling frequently the same thing mixing type of function or hybrid kind of function is possible okay তুমি কিন্তু যে কোনো ফাংশনকে যে কোনো রিটার্ন টাইপ বা যে কোনো আর্গুমেন্ট হিসেবে কনসিডার করতে পারো okay so anyone has any question any doubt up to this then you can ask me any doubt any question is it clear to everyone
yes
now the last type that is 0 last type that is 0 that means it is very easy no return type and without argument means no arguments that means 0 no return type no arguments so when I'm telling it no return type then this return type will be replaced by void very simple you cannot make it null you cannot left it blank or make it null because null is not acceptable in C programming language no return type means is always replaced by void right so no return type no argument are you the prototype declaration is correct here or all of you agree with me now the second case come here void no return type no argument correct now third case here you cannot do any return statement it is not allowed
প্রিন্ট করে দিতে হবে সামেশনটা
yes এখানে you will have to print the summation result here you will have to print the summation result here because return statement cannot be possible here okay because I didn't use any return statement
ফাংশনটা কল করতে হবে মেইন ফাংশনে
Yes,
function
and I am calling the function from the main function only in this form, sum and then blank bracket. This is the easiest form or simplest form of calling a function without any return type acceptability or without any argument passing list. Okay, this is called a function without return type and without argument list. Let's check it out. Okay. So here sum is first executing and then subtraction function is executing, because I printed sum before subtraction. It is possible because I cannot print after return. Return statement is always should be the last statement. One thing you all of you please remember, otherwise return will not work. Return will never work if you don't make it as a last statement of your C program or of your function. Okay, you have to make it last statement of your using function in your using function. So these are the four kinds of functions or four classification of the function based on this return type and argument list of a function. Clear? Chatte classification clear? All four classification clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will show you this basic program which I have already given in the last lab. That means function. You will have to do a factorial. Find a factorial of a number by using a function. Okay. Find a factorial of a number by using a function. How can we do it? So this is a factorial program. Okay, I have nothing to say regarding factorial program. So make this one as a main method and void fact. I am using this fact name function, using this fact name function here, okay, as a sub function which will calculate the factorial operation for you, right? So here I am using fact, right? I am using fact, but here I have read the value n, okay, while I am doing the factorial function, right? So one thing you can do, what you can do, you can, instead of reading the value here, you can directly read the value within the sub function of fact. So this is a function without return type, without argument list. So we have to declare the prototype of this function. Here it is not declared yet. So this is the prototype of this function. I think all of you agree with me. This is the prototype of the function with no return type and no argument. Make it first simple. Okay. So here I have read the variable n, and this is the logic of the factorial. I think I don't need to repeat the logic again. You all of you know the logic of the factorial, and this p will store the final result of the factorial value. Okay. So the control first read this one. Now here we have to declare the p. Okay. We have to declare the p here as well. NP, all of the declaration should be done here within the local function, because NP, I all are using within the local function. It is not part of the main function. So the declaration of all these variables should be done within the local function. Very simple. So in the main function, only one statement will be there. That is fact. And that is a function call, right? And this is a function definition, right? Here, now let's run this code. Enter the number 5. The factorial value is 120. Clear? Is it correctly running? Is it clear to everyone? Proত্যেকে বুঝতে পারলে? This is the most basic one. No return type, no argument passing. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now with return type, sorry, with arguments, okay, with argument without return type, with argument without return type. Let's make it clear. With argument without return type. So I am going to declare only the n variable within the main method, and the other two variables inside the sub function fact, because p and I is using within this sub function and n is using within this sub function. Okay, so the read of the number or reading of a number or scanning of a number has been take place into the main function. right? And then within the fact function, we will pass this value n. Okay, just like the previous case, if you remember, we are passing the two values from some function x comma y. Okay, here we are passing n because on this n variable we want to find our factorial. So n is our input variable on which we want to find our factorial, or input number on which we want to find our factorial. So here we have to receive the n with this variable int n and then perform the rest of the operation, the similar thing. Okay, পুরোটা ডিক্লারেশনটা করা হয়নি, just please give error. Okay, so you can understand, right? So anything, any kind of mismatch happening, then it will give error. So পরীক্ষার সময় যখন প্রোগ্রামটা লিখবে, you will have to write it very very carefully. Okay, because marks will be deducted if you did any kind of mismatch during your exam. So factorial value is 120. Okay, correctly calculated. Is it clear? This is a function without return type but with arguments. Function without return type with arguments. Clear? Everyone clear these things?
Yes, sir.
Acha. Now function with arguments and with return type. Function with arguments and with return type. তাহলে এখানে আমি return type টা কি করব? Instead of printing the value p, which will store the factorial results, we will simply return the value p. Very simple. And here cut the void with int because factorial is always integer. Factorial value is always integer, right? And here it will receive this function. So we can directly print the function here. We can directly print the function here. Or you can store it into a third variable and then print the variable, is your choice. We can store this function into a third variable and then print the third variable just like the previous case. Okay, run it. 5, 120. So I think you can understand one program can be done in how many ways with the help of this function. So which way the programmer or the developer will prefer or the user will prefer, they can use that way to complete this program. Clear? Everyone clear? প্রত্যেকে বুঝতে পারলে? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Anyone has any question, you can ask me. One more thing that I need to tell you, which one of your friend has already told me in the last class, that when you are returning any value during this function call, here I'm sorry, not returning, I'm sending a value to a sub function with the help of this function call. So in the sub function definition, I have to receive the value with the similar kind of variables and similar type of variables, right? Because I am passing n as a variable and n is an integer value. That's why I have received the sub function with integer n. But in C programming, it is also allowed that it will receive the value with some any other variables. It is also allowed. That means here you are passing n, but you will receive that n value with some other variable x. It is also possible. So here instead of n, you will use x. Here it is also allowed in C programming.
Only
N
in C,
and
sir,
x.
or in other language also.
Yes.
No, I'm asking like it is allowed only in C or other language also.
Other languages also. Other languages also. For all kind of languages, it is allowed. I'm focusing on C right now. Okay. So you can use any variable. So how it will happen? So you may be confused. So sir, কিভাবে হচ্ছে? You are sending n and you are receiving by some other variable x, and that is correctly working. How it is possible? Yes, it is possible because after this statement, this x is becoming n. After this statement definition, this x becoming n. That means the value that you are passing through the function, that will also pass to the same variable x here. So here we are mainly concerning about the values. That's why this kind of value passing is called call by value. This statement is very, very important, very, very important. In future, we will discuss in detail. Call by value. Why it is call by value? Because I'm calling this function along with the value as an argument list or parameter list of this function. So I'm calling this function with the help of value. So n here is working like a variable, but actually within this variable, what we are passing? We are passing values, right? So that's why whatever the variable it is, the value is actually passing through n as well as through x. So that's why variable, two different variable names does not create any impact or any problem during the execution of the function. But one thing you should remember, their type should be similar. You cannot change the type. If you change the type, then it will give error. Because you are passing integer value from here and you are receiving through a float data type, then it will definitely give error. And the most important thing is that, and most interesting thing is that this is a good programming habit. The programmer has been advised that this is a very good programming habit if you use two different kind of variable names. It is more acceptable. Ki bollam bujhte parle? If you use two different kind, this is a calling variable and this is a receiving variable. So if you use two different variable names, that means the receiving variable at the time of function definition should be different from the calling variable at the time of function call. Then it will be more, it is a good practice or it is a good impact. Okay, it is always acceptable. Okay, program will not give you error. In both the cases, program will give you the correct results. But it is more acceptable or more, it's a good programming habit. Okay, jake bole good programming habit if you use a different name of variable while you are receiving from a function call. Clear? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear to everyone, right? Okay, very good. The last thing that I need to just tell you today, and then I will stop my session of today, how we can function array through a function. That means function to array. Very simple. How we can function array to a function. I mean, এতক্ষণ ধরে কি বলছি, how we can pass variable through a function, and now I am telling you how we can pass array through a function, right? One more thing that I need to tell you that I am going to discuss in after a couple of classes, the methods of calling function. There are two kind of methods by which we can call a function. One is call by value and one is call by reference. This is very, very important. This is very, very important. Very, very important. Okay. So how many ways we can call a function? There are two ways or there are two techniques by which we can call a function. One is call by value, which I have already shown you, okay, multiple times. That is a call by value. And another one is call by reference or call by address. It is called call by reference or call by address. Okay. And to understand this call by reference or call by address of calling a function, you have to understand the concept of pointer in C. So that's why when I will deal with the pointer chapter, at that time I will discuss with this call by reference. Okay, is it clear to you? Right now, all of you practice this call by value at your home. Okay, that is our general cases. So this is an array. Okay, this program you have already done in your array. Okay, if you remember the maximum number find from a given array or minimum number find from a given array, you have already done it. Okay, the same program I am doing with the help of function, or user defined function, whatever you will say. So main method array I have declared as A20. Okay, enter the size of the array. I have print the size of the array as ampersand n. Then this is the statement by which I am able to access the array elements. I am able to access the array elements. Okay, right? And this is the function call. This function call is very, very important to understand, or it is a main thing to understand in this program. How we can pass array as a argument list, or how we can pass array as a call by value through a function. কিভাবে পাস করেছি খুব ভালো করে দেখো. How I have passed it. So I have passed A. So I have passed only the array name. What is A here? A is only the array name. You should not give any kind of third bracket with it. It will give error. This is the only way of passing an array through a function during the function call. Okay, that means only by giving the name of the array, then comma, then size of the array. Name of the array, then comma, then size of the array. Sometimes অনেক সময় তুমি সাইজটা ডিফাইন করো না তো, always you didn't define or you didn't take input the size of n, the size of array n. So in that case, you should pass only the array name. That will be enough. Okay. So if you implicitly define the size, but here I have explicitly defined the size. That's why I have passed the size variable along with the array name separated by comma, two different parameters or two different arguments. Clear? And this is a sub function. This sub function has no return type, but has argument list, right? So within this argument list, look at this argument list how I have received the array. That is very important to look. Followed by a data type of the array is an integer type array. Then give an array name and then give a blank third bracket. You should put a blank third bracket. So here you are passing only the array name, but while you are receiving, you will have to represent in terms of a and third bracket form. And integer n is a normal variable. It is a normal variable. It's not an array, so you can receive as a normal variable, right? And then you will perform the maximum logic that you have already done it. I don't need to repeat it again. And then print the results. And if you want to return the results, then you can do return max, and then you will have to change it from void to int, and then you have to receive it here or print it here directly and change the corresponding prototype accordingly. So your prototype will be equivalent to a function definition. Look, your function definition and your prototype is similar in case of array, right? Okay, so enter the size of the array. Suppose I have given the size 6. Now enter the elements 5, 7, 1, 2, 9, 3. Which one is the maximum element? 9. Clear? Is it clear? প্রত্যেকে বুঝতে পারলে?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
দেখো এই জায়গাটা কে বুঝতে পারোনি বলো। It is very very important. I am giving you one more task that you should do at your home. How we can pass a two-dimensional array through a function. How we can pass a 2D array. Everyone note it down. You will have to check it at your home. How we can pass 2D array through a function. আমি যখন lab assignment দেবো, I will give one program where you will have to pass a 2D array through a function. That is also different. একটু different কিন্তু আছে 2D array এর ক্ষেত্রে। মানে 2D array এর দুখানা ব্র্যাকেট থাকে তো। So একটা ব্র্যাকেটে blank থাকে, আরেকটা ব্র্যাকেটে কিন্তু তোমাকে ভ্যালু দিতে হয়। You have to give some kind of variable or some kind of value. That you will have to check. That I am not going to tell. I'm just giving you the hints. Okay. But at your home, you should check how we can pass a two-dimensional array through a function. And this is a one-dimensional array passing through a function. Clear? Anyone has any kind of question? You can ask me. Any kind of question. Is it clear to everyone?
Sir, this will
Yes.
passing one by one value, no? Like 0th position, one like this.
Which
From
one?
the main
No, no,
function,
no, no. This will passing the entire array. This will pass the entire array.
Suddenly,
This A.
not
A
like
means entire array. No. Not indices basis.
But
It
sir,
is
the-
passing the entire array.
Hello.
Huh.
The blank array, yeah, hello. But the
Ah.
blank array contain 8 address 0.
This one.
Yeah.
This one is a blank bracket, because blank bracket is actually you can I mean, it is implicitly it is considered as a whole array. Whole array means the array you have taken as an input. That array, not this one, not A20, not A20. That's why I'm using blank bracket. I cannot give A20 because you may give a less than the input of the 20 size that I have already given to you. The six elements I have given as the input. So that should be A of 6. Okay, so A of 6 means total 6 elements are present into this array. So here the entire array with 6 elements is passing, not the 20. Okay.
Okay. Like it's sending a whole bag, not
Yes. No.
One by one
It's sending a whole. It's sending as a whole.
okay.
ফাংশন কলের সময় এ অ্যারে হলো না কেন, ইউজে হলো কেন, কোথায় কলের সময়? ও এটাই নিয়ম। লুক, this is the way that in case of function call, when you are doing the function call, you don't need to give the bracket. because while you give the bracket, then it's a problem to understand, right? So this is actually a structure of how we can pass an array. Always you'll have to pass an array with the help of the array name only. While you are calling the function with the name of array name only, you cannot give any kind of size or any kind of bracket, because you are passing the size separately, na? Etai to size separately pass korche, but that is the way. You cannot do but passing the size in such a way. Okay, so this is a size that you are separately pass with the help of separated by comma. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, so we will stop our session here. Let me take your roll numbers. Shubhra Shoma Ghosh. Everyone, please be responsive. Shubhra Shoma Ghosh. Oh, sorry, yeah, Shomurup Ghosh. Okay. Abdul Naim.
Present, sir.
Ritu Mahato.
Present, sir.
Arpan Mandol. Kayani Ghatak.
Present, sir.
Anjali Singh. Anjali Singh. Absent. Sudipta Shah.
Present, sir.
সুদীপ্ত এটা অ্যাবসেন্ট হচ্ছে কেন? কাজ করো। শুভ্র সাহা।
Present, sir.
পিয়াসা দত্ত।
Present, sir.
তোমরা কম্পিউটার সায়েন্সের স্টুডেন্ট, আইটি স্টুডেন্ট, তোমরা এই প্রোগ্রামিং ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ মিস করে গেলে তোমরা যে কি ভুল করছো, যারা মিস করছো, those who didn't attend the class, I am pretty much sure that they won't understand several things. It is very, very common to you. Either you know the language very well, তোমরা হয়তো ভাবছি স্কুল থেকে শিখে এসছো, but that schooling in knowledge is not enough to crack the on campus interview. Schooling knowledge is never ever to enough, because আমি অনেক স্কুল স্টুডেন্টদের পড়িয়েছি, সিবিএসসি, আইসিএসসি, প্রত্যেকে সি পড়িয়েছি, ব্লু জাভা পড়িয়েছি, but those are, believe me, those blue java and those, see what the schools are actually preparing themselves, and that is a very, very basic thing. Only 50% knowledge you will gain from the school, and blue java is a very bogus thing. Okay, blue java is very bogus thing, because most of the properties of the java is not supporting by blue java, which JDK is supporting. That company is working on JDK, right? So those who are not attending, they will face a problem. And if you think that before the campusing, we will study and in one day we will pick up all the programming languages, and you will do a big mistake. You will do a very big mistake. It is just like a mathematics. If you don't practice it, if you don't go through it regularly, then it will be a very big problem. I am not talking about the semester exam. Semester exam তো তোমার পাস করেই যাবে, because 50 marks internal আছে. I am giving maximum marks to the internal. এটা যে 100 marks এ তোমাদের exam test হতো, then it will be a problem. Okay, but you are very lucky that you are learning in a GIS university, and which will give you a 50 marks as an internal, 50% marks as an internal, and only 50% for theory exam. আমার এনআইটি তে মাস্টার্স করেছি, they have given 120 marks. We have to give exam of 120 marks, 100 marks for written test and 20 marks for only viva. That means your internal. So out of 120 they will judge. Okay, so you are very lucky, so don't misuse it. Krishna Doipan Nandi.
Present, sir.
Argopal.
Present, sir.
Sorashish Nath.
Sir, present আছে Sorashish.
Okay, Mahana Mukherjee.
Present, sir.
Soikat Guchait.
Present, sir.
Shovik Das.
Sir, present or present?
He is present.
Okay, fine, very good. You are very lucky. The great teachers are sharing their knowledges. These universities fill up with very good teachers. They are sharing their knowledges. You are very lucky. আমাদের সময় when we did BTech, most of the teachers are very new. Even they didn't complete their masters yet. They are only the BTech fresh BTech pass out. So they are also a little bit confused or fumbled during the lecture. Okay, so it is a great opportunity for you, that you have that opportunity to learn with such kind of good people, good faculty members you have, and you have a net facility, internet facility. That is also very, very, very important, very, very interesting part for you. We don't have an internet facility in our BTech time or MTech time, because at that time, our BTech time, we have 256 MB net for 1 month. I received 256 MB net 1 month with the rupees of 500 rupees in 256 BSNL modem I have used, and the speed of the net is some kilobyte per second. So you can understand the speed. Right now the speed of the net more than 10 Mbps, more than minimum 10 Mbps. Okay, and at our time it's 100, 200, 300 kbps. You can understand the speed. Ritik Paul.
So present.
Jayashree Ghosh. Jayashree.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Okay, okay. Shoikat Sarkar.
আরো প্রেজেন্ট ছিল সামথিং নেটওয়ার্ক প্রবলেম
Okay. Shayan Das.
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
Subra Shomo Ghosh. Oh, Subra Shomo Ghosh nahi. Adesh Sharma.
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
Arnab Ghosh. Arnab Mondol.
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার।
Tusha Yadav.
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
Kanta Adhikari.
Present, sir.
Snehashish Dasgupta.
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
স্যার অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সের পরে কি লেফট করতে পারি, মানে অন্য একটা
হ্যাঁ
class
হ্যাঁ
link
চলে
দিই।
চলে যারা অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স হয়ে গেছে they can leave. Okay. হ্যাঁ অর্ণব ঘোষ,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
উজ্জ্বল জাস, ওকে উজ্জ্বল জাসওয়াল,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
সমীর মণ্ডল,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
অঙ্কুশ মল্লিক,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার।
রূপসা চ্যাটার্জি,
Present, sir.
শুভদীপ বসাক, আমার মেসেজ করেছে, ঠিক আছে। ঋত্বিক রয়,
স্যার ওর নেটওয়ার্ক ইস্যু আছে মনে হয়, ঋতিক রায় ছিল।
ঋত্বিক ছিল তো, ঋত্বিক আছে দেখতে পাচ্ছি, ঠিক আছে। ওকে, নিরঞ্জন মণ্ডল,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
মানস মল্লিক, ও কি মেসেজ করছে? ইয়েস।
স্যার হি ইজ প্রেজেন্ট
রিদ্ধি হাজরা,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
অরিত্র ভট্টাচার্য,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
শায়ন চৌধুরী অ্যাবসেন্ট, ঋষি আগরওয়াল,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
মোহাম্মদ আজহার আশরাফ,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
সুমন্ত দাস,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
চিত্রজ্যোতি নাগ,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
রিজু সাঁতরা,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
মাংসী সাহা,
Present, sir.
সংকেত ঘোষ,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
শাশ্বত বাসু, অন্বেষা দে,
Present, sir.
রাহুল কুমার তো নেই, বাণীব্রত পাত্র
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার।
স্যার শাশ্বত বসু প্রেজেন্ট
আছে, মেসেজ করছে নাকি? ওকে, রুজদা রহমান,
Present, sir.
আয়ুষ কুমার,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার
সায়ন চৌধুরী আছো? সায়ন চৌধুরী, ওকে, ঠিক আছে। ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ ফর অ্যাটেন্ডিং দ্য ক্লাস, সি ইউ অন দ্য নেক্সট উইক। ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ এভরিওয়ান।
থ্যাংক ইউ
এ সায়ন কি রে কই ছিলি?